Hey team, happy Wednesday. Yes, I'm alive after the flu. I haven't gotten the flu, like the real flu, probably since I was about 10. So my body went into a little bit of shock, I think, for a day or two afterwards. But we are feeling good today, so that is good news. Today is also exactly 2 weeks before I go on my next trip, and I'm so excited. I am going to Edinburgh and Dublin for about 10 days, and I'm going to be in Dublin over St. Patrick's Day. So I am just so jazzed about it. For anybody who knows, I was actually on this trip about 3 years ago, but then a little something called COVID happened, and I actually almost got stuck in Ireland, but I made it back. And so all of that is good. So this is my St. Patty's Day redo, and I'm so pumped. So in the spirit of that, and in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, and for my deep love of Guinness, I am going to make something straight out of the Guinness cookbook. Some Guinness chocolate brownies. Now, I know that not everybody is a Guinness fan. I actually didn't like it for a really long time until my friend saw, very lovingly, I took his advice. He just said, you're not used to drinking it yet. So try to have at least one anytime you go out and you'll get an acquired taste. Well, sure enough, I very quickly fell in love with it, and now it is probably one of my go-to pints of choice. So if you haven't given it a fair shot, maybe try it out again because, well, it's one of my faves. And if after drinking it, you're still not a big fan, Guinness is still one of those alcohols that it's really great to bake and cook with. It gives everything that you have a nice, deep, rich flavor while not giving that overly heaviness that people think that it has, or any of that alcohol flavor once everything cooks off. So we're going to start off over a double boiler, and we're just going to melt together 3/4 of a cup of butter and about a cup of dark chocolate. So I've got dark chocolate chips. If you've got the chocolate chunks or if you've got the actual bars, go ahead and break those in. Whatever you got will work. And once that's all melted together, we're going to add in about 1/3 of a cup of Guinness. I know you're thinking, that doesn't seem like a lot. But Guinness has that lovely kind of pungent depth to it. And so what it's going to do is just help amplify so much more of the chocolate flavor. And, you know, whatever you don't use in the recipe, then, you know, sláinte. So we're going to be letting our chocolate set aside to cool, and in the meantime, I'm going to be mixing together about 1 1/3 cups of, it says super fine sugar in the recipe. I have either regular sugar or icing sugar, so I'm leaning to icing sugar. I feel like that's just going to whip better with about 3 eggs, and then we're going to incorporate the chocolate, the flour, and the cocoa powder. So we've got all of the chocolate mixed in together as well, and you can see some of the residual bubbles from the Guinness a little bit. And so what we're going to do is we are actually just going to fold in 2/3 of a cup of flour and 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And we're going to fold it in, I imagine, of course, according to the recipe, so that you don't deflate a lot of the whisking and the airiness that you get from the eggs as well as from the Guinness. If you over mix it, chances are with a recipe like this, it could get very dense very quickly. And so that's why we're just folding it in so that you don't lose all of the bubbles. So once you have all of your lovely chocolatey batter mixed together, you're going to put it in a 9x9 pan lined with parchment paper. In the oven for about 350 for about 25 minutes. I unfortunately only have an 8x8 pan, and so what that's going to do, if you're using one like me, Your brownies are going to come out a little bit thicker, so you may need to leave them in the oven a little bit longer to make sure that they're fully cooked in the middle. So I'm going to check them at 25 minutes, but I may need to leave them in an extra 5 to 7 minutes, just given how thick they're going to be. See you soon, my lovelies. Ooh, chocolatey goodness. I have no patience, so I've been cutting into them now. You can see them still steaming. But look at how moist and delicious and perfect these are. Can't wait to share them. Thanks, Guinness, and happy early St. Patrick's Day if I don't talk to you guys.